Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In case it's your first time here, please don't forget to subscribe, and you can also turn on that notification bell just so you know when next I upload a new video. So guys, in today's video I'll be showing you how you can make your own facial mask at home, which is one of the personal protection equipments for COVID-19. So this is the one I did for me and my other members of my family, and let me show you what it looks like. So this is what it looks like. It's well covered, your nose, your mouth, everything is protected. So whether or not you have a sewing machine doesn't matter. You can always use a needle and thread if you know how to. So I'll just show you everything you need and the measurements I used in making the one I have, and then you can always make little adjustments when you are doing your own depending on whatever measurement. I'll show you how I took the measurements, just so that when you are doing your own you can also do the same. Like the one I have is different from the one that my husband has, and it's also different from the one that my kids have, so they are different measurements. So I'll just show you the basic measurements, which is the one I used for myself. So I hope you guys will enjoy this video, and if you do, remember to give it a thumbs up, and then you can also share. Let's get right into the video. Two basic measurements that will be needed. The first one is the one that you take from the bridge of your nose to your chin. So here I have 5.5, and then the second one is from the middle, from like the middle of your face to your hairs. So let's see, that's 5. So 5.5 by 5. Now bear in mind that when you are going to be cutting your fabric, you should also leave allowance for the parts that will be sewn in. So for me, I always use ½ inch extra. So for the one that is 5.5, I'll be using 6, and then for the one that is 5, I'll be using 5.5. I hope you understand that. So when we start to cut, you guys will understand what I'm saying. So guys, the materials we'll be needing is your fabric, any color of your choice, any material of your choice. This is pure cotton here. This is 100% cotton, which is usually recommended. You need your scissors, of course, for cutting. You need your thread for sewing. These are just my bobbin wheels for my machine. This is my tape, my ruler. I also have a tape measure here, and then your elastic. Of course, you will need your elastic, and then your marker. Yes, so that's everything we need. In here I have my measurements that I took and I showed you guys earlier. So fold your fabric into 4 parts, yeah, something like that, and make sure that, like I said, make sure that you iron your fabric. So when you're folding your fabric into 4 parts, factor in your length and your width. So we are dealing with length 6 inches. Okay, so here we have 8, and then we are dealing with width of 5.5, and here we have 6 inches. So we are well covered. But if you are not an expert, you can always leave for more allowance, just so that in case you make mistakes, you can easily get back on track. So let's be sure that our fabric is smooth. So what I'll do is I'll cut the ones I don't need off, just so that it's easier to work with. So let's take the excess away. This is what we are working with now. I'm going to try and smoothen my fabric off camera, and then I'll come back to you guys. So guys, I've gone ahead to iron my fabric, which is going to make my work much easier. So like I said, make sure that your fabric is folded into 4 parts, like 4 equal parts. So the first thing I do is to find the midpoint on my fabric. Let me bring my camera closer so you guys can just see what I'm doing. So I'll be trying to find the midpoint of the fabric, and that is where your marker comes in. So this is 9 inches in length, so midpoint is going to be 4.5. so this is 4.5. This is a water-based marker, meaning by the time you wash your fabric, it's going to go off the fabric. And then I do the same thing here. I find the midpoint here, Please ignore noises in the background. A lot of people are talking outside. Now, this is the part that comes to the ears, where we have the length of 5.5. This is the part that stays on your nose and your mouth. So let's work with the 6 inches now. We have 9 here, don't forget. This is the 4.5 midpoint. So we are going to count 3 up here, 3 down here. So I already did my 6 inches here. Here, the length here is not going to be as much as the length here. So because this is the part that goes to your ears, this is the part where you attach your elastic to. So for this place, when I was doing mine, I only used about 2.5 inches. Yes, so the rest will go into the seams. So so to start with, I'm just going to be using 3 inches here. So let's see, 3 inches we make a 1.5 here and another 1.5 here. So here we have 3 inches here. I don't know if you guys can see, but when I cut, you guys will understand. So here we have 3 inches and here we have 6 inches. So because it's going to be coming this way and coming this way, so that's where we're going to be using our ruler. So we rule. This is your 3 inches point to your 6 inches point here, and the same thing for the other side. Now if I just decided to cut along these lines, let's see, if I decided to cut along these lines, it's just going to give my mask an awkward shape, and it's supposed to be curvy. As you can see, it's curvy here. So I'm going to show you how I achieve that curve. Let me just bring my camera closer so that you guys will see properly. So what I do is to fold at this midpoint here and then make a curve. Now I don't use any specific measurement for my curve. Take a 1 inch measurement down from here, 1 inch, and then from that 1 inch measurement I try to make a curve all the way to this edge here. I hope you guys can see. So depending on how curvy you want your mask to be, you can bring it down and then you can, but there's no point. So this is fair enough. So this is what we have. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut it, and then you guys will see the shape. Can you see that? So I'll go ahead and cut now. So the reason why we folded our fabric into 4 is just so that we can have equal measurement for the 4 parts of the mask that we need. So let's go ahead and cut. So I'll start with this curve here. Make sure you're using a sharp scissors, because if you are using a very thick material like I'm using, if your scissors is not sharp, you won't be able to cut it easily. Parts, and then now we are doing this other part. Okay. The reason why I told us to fold our fabric into 4 parts is because now we are going to be having 1 for each side of the face mask. I'll explain what I mean by that. So when I made my face mask, I made sure that the sides are interchangeable. Like you can use either side of the mask, whichever side, so you don't have to be worried about, oh, am I using it right or am I using the inside and all of that. So that's the same thing we are trying to achieve with this one. So that's why you need to have 2 sides of the same measurements. So now we are done with our cutting, and let me just show you guys our measurement. Let's try and confirm our measurements together. So if we are to follow along the curve, as you can see, we have 6 inches here, and I'm sure we'll have the same on this side. We have 3 inches. So by the time you sew in half and all of that, trust me, you have your perfect measurement. Here we also have, when I took measurement from the bridge of my nose, I told you it was 5.5, and I added additional ½ inch for the inseam allowance, and then we have 6. So perfect measurement. So now the next thing is I'll show you how you join and then you make your mask. I'm done, and this is what my mask is looking like now. So I'm going to wear it just so that you guys can see what it looks like while I'm wearing it. So guys, this took me about 30 minutes just because I was trying to record while I was also making the mask, like setting up the camera at different angles and all of that. But all in all, I think it shouldn't really take more than 20 minutes just to make the mask after cutting and all of that. So the cutting process, like, that's the easiest one. Once you're able to cut, sewing is just so easy. And like I said, if you don't have a machine, you can always use your needle and thread and all of that. The most important thing is you have these beautiful marks right here. And guys, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and if you have still not subscribed to my channel and you watched it up until this point, please hit that button. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.